So we're getting near the end here. What's your comfort level with the cornerbacks at this point?
The guys are still competing out here, and it seems like it's been a group that's been more consistent as of late. They got really good competition to go against in our crew receivers, so I think it's making them get better.
I feel like given that talent and the depth that you have at that position, that might be a fluid situation even going into the season, maybe?
Yeah, we're competing through the rest of this week and next week, and we'll see where it is before Fresno. But I like the way the guys are working at it right now.
Start on Fresno today? Did you start on?
Yeah, we've been starting a little bit on everybody for about 6 months, but yeah, we've started on Fresno. Looking at Fresno.
What's your impression of Fresno?
I think they're, obviously Coach Tedford's done a really good job there. Obviously familiar with him, working for him 3 years at Cal. Really enjoyed my time with them. It's a well-coached offensive and defensive unit. I've watched some of their defense as well. So it'll be a big challenge for us. They've got some new pieces. We've got some new pieces. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
You work with him at Cal. How has this offense evolved since then?
There's bits and pieces that are the same, and then there's some new wrinkles as well. I think one thing that Coach Tedford's always done a real good job of is utilizing the players that he has. So this is a new crew a little bit, new quarterback. He's been known to be obviously a quarterback whisperer, and so I expect their team to be well prepared.
You kept in touch with him much at all? I covered him in the bowl game in December, and he just seemed so much more energized than that last year in Cal.
Yeah, I've seen him a few different times, and we stay in touch a couple times a year. In 2013, he came in here and visited when I was here in 13, and then he'd come to some of our summer camps to evaluate some of the West Coast players, so I got an opportunity to see him there. But, talk to him once or twice a year.
How do you get ready for a new quarterback that you haven't seen, they haven't played? How do you do that?
Right. Well, I think the biggest thing is to find out as much about him as you can and take a look at some of the things he's done throughout the course of his career and what his background is and what his strengths are. He had some snaps last year, but I really think going into a lot of games this year, we're going to focus a lot on ourselves.
Saw Chris Steele play quite a bit with the first team defense while we were watching practice. Where is he kind of taking strides over this last week or two?
Yeah, he's made some strides as of late. I think he's kind of zeroed in on playing on the right side, which has kind of helped his footwork and his eye control. But he's done a nice job competing, and like I said, just like all the other positions, we're going to continue to compete, and corner's no different. I'm glad he's here though.
There's one thing you'd like to see this defense get better between now and August 31st. What would it be?
I was a little disappointed in the communication overall today. I think the biggest thing I wanted to get coming out of the scrimmage last week was, playing blocks up front and then tackling in space, and I thought we did that well for the most part. But I thought today, in some situationally, we could have communicated a little bit better.
So
Yeah, no problem.
we shouldn't read anything into who was with the first team corners today at the start of practice?
No.
Is it still an even rotation, or what's the strategy?
Yeah, we're trying to get this, even balance within the numbers of who's out there, and then just letting the guys continue to compete. It's like I said, it's a really good crew of receivers that they get to cover every day. So it's been really good work.
At this point, is Greg Johnson kind of settling in as that safety nickel backup kind of guy?
Yeah, once again, we're all competing, and he's competing for inside and outside positions.
So he's still working at corner still?
Yes.
What was your assessment of the defensive line performance in the showcase and just in general?
Yeah, I liked what we did within the front seven. I thought they handled the things that we wanted to go out there and do. Defensive line were moving their feet on contact. The second level linebackers were getting off blocks and fit the running game well. And like I said, I think we tackled well in space, and that's something we really focused on throughout the course of the offseason.
Dijon Benton was impressive. What has he shown you this camp?
Yeah, he brings us some twitch inside. He can play nose. He can play three technique. He is a guy that I'm glad is here, and he's a freshman. He's learning. He's getting better. He's learned how to push through things. This is the longest he's had to practice. And the amount of work that he's had. He's learning on the run, so to speak. But I really like his future.
He came on so late in the recruiting process. Has he surprised you at all, or been different than you expected?
We looked at the tape and had an eye on him throughout the course of the process, and really noticed his athleticism and his ability to play with kind of that twitch, so to speak, to where he can get off the ball. And you know, we did a real good, you know, Coach Nansen did a really, and Coach Kay did a really good job with their, you know, evaluation of him in person, and then of course we had the tape to look at.
As far as the freshmen, do you have an idea already of who looks like they can contribute this year? And who's probably
No, I mean, we're just rolling guys in there and letting them compete, and we'll see how it plays out for the next 2 weeks. But it is a good freshman class, and I've liked their progress they've made so far, particularly the guys that were here for spring ball, the mid-years. You know, you look at the progress Drake's made, you look at the progress that Raylan Goforth has made, you know, Britton Allen's made at the safety position. You know, being here mid-year, it's almost like they're a sophomore now. So that's really helped those guys kind of get a jump start on things. And the other guys are kind of catching up, so to speak.
CV Namora, he's moved inside for you?
Yeah, mostly inside, and pretty much yes.
But what's he showing you? He was a much different player in high school. He put on so much weight from his senior year to when you got him.
You know, he's a guy that demonstrates the ability to run sideline to sideline. He's got very good key and diagnose and run pass plays. I like his ability. When he does read things, he gets there rather quickly and gets there with an attitude. And that's the way we like our linebackers to play.
Where's John Houston right now? What have you seen from him, and how does the defense, I guess, either change or look similar? Obviously, filling in for what you got out of Cam Smith. For
Yeah, you know, John has really been a player I've really enjoyed coaching. You know, I've really coached the backers inside the last couple of years, and so I spent a lot of time working with John. I really loved seeing his game develop. We moved him, you know, from the outside position inside, and last year when he played. When Cam was out with EA, he was really calling the signals, and he did that in high school, so he's real familiar with that. He knows the system really well. You know, I call him and Jordan Iosefa, you know, coordinators A and B when I'm not around. So it's been fun to watch his maturation process in there and really take control as a leader.
Does it